Hello and welcome to today's video. Today I am so excited. I'm looking at another product from Wingback. I will say at the very start of this video, if you like the idea of this or any of the Wingback products, there is a discount link in my video description. So you can get a little discount off the pens at Wingback. They are beautifully made. Check out my other review of the fountain pen. Today we're looking at the brass mechanical pencil. So this comes in a nice cardboard box, gives a little bit of information on the back there. It's really nice textured cardboard. I like it a lot. Guaranteed for life. They kind of have this motto, you know, buy once, have forever kind of thing. You can kind of see why. So you open it up and here is the pencil. Now, I have been using this for a few weeks. So the patina has really started to come up. If you want to see an original, like how it came out of the box, I'll just put a little video over the top of this. But the mechanical pencil in brass, it also comes in steel, titanium, matte titanium, a black steel, and there was a British racing green version for a while that I am gutted I didn't get my hands on. I think it's absolutely stunning, but I love brass and I love using brass sort of pens and pencils and things. One thing I will say about the packaging, it's really cool. It has this little cork pen stand built in, so you can take that out and pop it on there, and I'll be using that through the review because I think it's very cool. And then you get a little QR code for your information and stuff in there, and then in here you get a little sort of pen sleeve. Now in my pen sleeve I have a second mechanical pencil mechanism. So this comes in a 0.5, a 0.7 and a 0.9. In here at the moment I have the 0.9 and here I have the 0.7. I'll show you how to swap it out. I'll do a quick writing sample, but probably only with the 0.9. When it was sent to me, I got 0.7 and 0.9 leads in HB here. It's what I've been using and they're good quality leads. But I also use Pentel 0.9 2B leads as well. So if you are after a particular kind of lead grade, lead size, you can sort of make it work with the Wingback system. I'll go into the pricing of all of that in a little bit. Let's talk about the parts and features. So we get the the knock on the end. It's all brass body, I should say, which is great. Flat end, then a little beveled corner, and then the knock, little bevel onto the main body of it, which continues and swells ever so slightly. And then we get a knurled, an inch of knurled grip, which is great. The knurl isn't so rough that you feel it, but you know it's there. It does provide a nice amount of grip. Then we get the nose cone where the lead will come out when we hit the knock on the end. We get the little lead guide protector thing, and then you tap it through and your lead comes out. As I said, I've got the 0.9 in here at the moment. It's not a long pencil, but it's got a nice weight in it. So even though it's not super large in your hand, you always feel it's there. It's very, very comfortable. The internal mechanism is all very nicely done. You unscrew the end there. There's an O-ring there to keep it all secure. And then this is basically just, a brass tube. This is the main part of the mechanism where you unscrew once again the nose cone there, and you're left with that mechanism. And this is where you swap those out. So you just take this is 0.7, you take that and then you screw that in. And once that's screwed in, you take the end here off the other mechanism, screw that on there, and then you simply slip the brass tube body over the end, and then it's a 0.7. It's very nice. The machining is all very, very high quality. And also this is how you replace the leads. So you take off that, I'll do it again very quickly. You take off the end there, which is where it says also made, I'm not sure the camera will pick it up, but made in England is on the end there. And so you unscrew that, put the leads in, screw that back on, reattach the nose cone there, screw that in nice and tight, make sure they're all done up properly, and then body over the pencil again there, and there it is. It is machined to perfection. The tolerances are all fantastic. The weight is so nice in the hand. Let's quickly do a size comparison. So I've got a few things to put it alongside today. The first thing I want to do is put it alongside the fountain pen. So you can see in its, I'll just put that in. You can see in its basic forms, they are both roughly the same size there. I also want to put it alongside some of my other favorite mechanical pencils. So I've got the Caran d'Ache 849 mechanical pencil there. I've got the Lamy 2000 mechanical pencil there, and then the Curveco Special there as well. This has some brass trim on it. You can see the brass patinaing on both absolutely beautifully. And obviously mechanical pencils don't post. There are some. There's that Pentel one, and I think the Kurotoga also has a cap. But, you know, they're a different beast altogether. It is slightly shorter than them all there, but because they don't post, that won't change. So if I just put the lead out to a writing length. So there with leads out, still very, very short. I'll put the fountain pen into its writing format. They all sort of come in at a similar length, but the pocketability of the Wingback mechanical pencil is really fantastic. And as I said, it never feels small in the hand, even though it's smaller than some of these other pencils. Now, as to the specific dimensions of the Wingback mechanical pencil, we have approximately 119 millimeters with the lead and the lead guide in, and then 123 roughly with it out. That'll depend, of course, on how much lead you want out. Around the knurled section is about 10 millimeters, and it tapers to about 9 millimeters at the end there. And I said that is about a 1-inch grip section there, and it's very comfortable. As it is made from brass, obviously it is going to have a significant weight. And this weighs about 39.5 grams, so almost 40 grams in a small mechanical pencil. But that gives it a robustness and a stability in your hand and in your pocket that is really comforting. As I said, doing a writing sample with this is more about the writing experience than the lead or the lead grade. I have the 0.9 there, but I've also got the 0.7 here. I've got HB leads from Wingback here, and then I've got 2B leads from Pentel here. And you can get all manner of lead grades, and as I said, 0.5, 0.7, and 0.9, and they are interchangeable elements. But here we have the Wingback mechanical pencil in the 0.9 millimeter. This is a 0.5 millimeter grid from Moleskine, and this is a HB lead as well. So it's a very soft HB, I will say that much for it. And because it's 0.9, it is putting a little bit more sort of line width on the page. I like a 0.9, and I particularly like a 0.9 in 2B. I use this for everything from sketching to everyday note-taking. A lot of my planning in terms of calendar planning on paper is done with pencil. So having a mechanical pencil like this on hand that is reliable and robust is a real asset. Now, if you've got a 0.5, obviously, your point retention will be different to a 0.9. And if you've got a 2B or a 4B, it's going to be less again. So find the lead size and the lead weight that is best suited to the work you do. And then you can buy the appropriate pencil or buy the appropriate replacement mechanism for that. So what does the Wingback mechanical pencil in brass cost? Well, the brass version is about £150. Not inexpensive, but you see the quality, you see where that money has gone into in the quality of the workmanship, the tolerances, just the beauty of the engineering of the piece itself. The different versions have come in at different price points. So the steel version is also £150, the titanium or the matte titanium about £225. That British Racing Green one was about £195, and the black steel is about £225 as well. So, the brass and the steel are the sort of entry-level versions of these pens, if you will, or pencils, if you will, but not inexpensive. But that buy one, have forever kind of thing, this is what you're getting. You're getting something that will last forever. The extra mechanisms in the 0.5, 0.7 or 0.9, depending on which material you get, they're not all available in all the different sizes. So, take that into account. But the brass version here, it's about £40 for the extra unit. So not inexpensive, but as I said, buy once, have forever, absolutely brilliant. So what are my pros and cons? Okay, I have two little things that you may want to take into consideration when you buy one of these. Firstly, as you can see, there is no clip. And it is very small, like it's on the smaller side. So if you're afraid of it getting lost in your pocket, you can carry it in things like the little sleeve that comes with it, all of that kind of stuff, all great, little pen cases, but there is no clip. There is also no eraser. So I carry a separate eraser, in my pencil case and things, but there is not one actually on the pencil itself. But what are the pros? Okay, firstly, let's start with the knurling. Some people don't like texture under their fingers, but this isn't sharp, it's not jagged, it's grippy enough to keep it firmly in your fingers, which I love. I also think as a design element, it's kind of funky. I really like the weight. That 40-ish grams feels really good in the hand. And also, so does the size. It's not super long, but it's long enough to get back onto the webbing of your hand, so no issue. It also comes with a 0.9, which I love, so that's brilliant. I love the styling of it. I think it's sleek and elegant, and there's no wasted element whatsoever in the construction of it. I adore the packaging. I think, simple cardboard packaging with a little cork, pen stand as part of it. Wonderful. It's secure. Mine was opened by Australian Border Force. I'm not sure why, but it all was completely secure on arrival. Nothing had moved, nothing was damaged, including the leads, which is great. But one of the things I love most, and one of the reasons I wanted to get the brass, is because I love patina. I love brass patina, and I'm loving where this is going. It's got to that sort of honey brown sort of color now. It's going to continue to patina. It'll continue to darken. You could see at the beginning of the video when I showed the initial video, it was beautiful and shiny. And you can clean it up. Use some brass or use whatever brass cleaning product you use. You could get it back to that shine. But I really, really love patina, and I love where this is going. So as I said, if this or the fountain pen or the journeyman pen or the ballpoint or anything jumps out at you as something you'd like to look at, head to the link that is in my video description here. You get a little discount of a range of the, not all of them, but a range of the Wingback items. So really worth looking at. A big thank you to Wingback for supporting my channel and providing this pen and the link to you so that I can show it to you and help you get your hands on them as well. Please like and subscribe, hit the notifications button, all that kind of stuff. If you've got products you think I should be looking at, or if there's a way you would like to support the channel, I would love to hear from you. In the meantime, enjoy your pens, your pencils, whatever you write with, and I'll talk to you soon.